Today's podcast will be about women's votes. We will discuss the past and the present of how women have got the vote, as well as how this has impacted today's society.
In ancient Athens, where democracy started, at first only male citizens who owned land were allowed to vote. World War I gave the first opportunity for women to take on traditional male jobs. In the UK, in 1918, women over 30 were given the same political rights as men. Women had been campaigning for decades. Votes for women was part of a gradual improvement in women's rights. It had been going on during the 19th century. The movement also campaigned for the right to divorce, education, and the right to have a job, for example, a doctor. Many women saw the vote as the vital achievement that would give them a say in the laws affecting their lives. The National Union of Women's Suffrage Society was created in 1897, which was led by Millicent Fawcett. Middle-class women campaigns failed. Women's Social and Political Union in 1903 was led by Emmeline Pankhurst. This group attacked politicians, attacked policemen, broke windows and threw bombs. Marie Guyart, a French nun during the 17th century, wrote in 1654, "These female chieftains are women of standing amongst the savages, and they have a deciding vote in the councils. They make decisions they're like the men, and it is they who even delegated the first ambassadors to discuss peace." New Zealand was the first country to allow women to vote in 1893. They were the first permanent and independent country to pass suffrage laws. The Corsican Republic, Pitcairn Island, Isle of Man, and the Cook Islands all granted women the right to vote before this year's, although these acts were temporary and these countries were colonized and lost the right to vote.
Saudi Arabia was the last country to allow women to vote. This law was passed in 2011. Women had not gotten the right to vote before this time due to their religion, as the strong Islamic influence in this area did not allow them to have many rights.
Now talking about the present time. Over the years, women have made significant changes in employment, where they were paid, which was something that grandparents and parents only dreamed of. In 2011, in the US, women made over half of the overall workforce. Since the beginning, women have genuinely come a long way in terms of such as we have been able to see female figureheads and female leaders over many different countries. Even if women worked in factories and such, they have more freedom and independence over themselves than if they were stay-at-home wives. Ever since women got the vote, we as a female race have had more power over our own lives and have had more of a choice and impact on the world. In 2017, this year, women gathered in New York to celebrate the 100th anniversary of getting the vote. A woman can't always get the polls on a Tuesday. We're half the population, but we're not half of the voting population, Little said. Our legacy should be to promote women voting.
Although women over the years have gained many rights and there are many inequalities in today's society, one of these is the pay difference between men and women. On average in the UK, men out-earn women by £840. Estonia is the most gender-neutral pay in the EU, followed by Austria and the Czech Republic.
Hopefully after this past November and the things that have unfolded since then, people are beginning to understand that government really does have an impact in our lives. We can't just be spectators. If we are able to participate, we have the responsibility to do so. This quote was taken from leader Andrea Stewart Cousins in the 100th anniversary. After all, the women before us fought most of their lives to make their voices heard at the polls. Now that we have the right to vote, it's our duty to use it.